Hey you guys, we're gonna be doing our Boxycharm for today. We're gonna be doing a unboxing and a try on. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you guys what's inside the Boxycharm, and then any of those products that I can use on my face, we will go ahead and use them as we unbox our Boxyluxe. Because Boxyluxe to me is kind of like the big bang. Let's go ahead and get into this. We're gonna start off with the Boxycharm, and then as we move into the Boxyluxe, we'll try everything on, like I said earlier. So let's get into it. Boxycharm's theme this month is called Planet Woman. I think while I'm doing my makeup, maybe I'll read a little bit about this and talk about what they're supposed to be doing together. But let's start off with the first thing I see here is the First Aid Beauty Cleansing Oil and Makeup Remover. So glad I got this because I just ran out of makeup wipes and I just ran out of like my cleansing balm. So we're gonna try this out. I've actually never tried this out. I've used a lot of their other products and I really do like First Aid Beauty. My daughter uses First Aid Beauty. She really likes their cleanser and their moisturizer, and I like it because it's safe for sensitive skin. First Aid Beauty is always a win in my book. What is this? I have a Koa Life. This is the niacinamide booster. And here you have it. I also have this here, which is by Dew of the Gods. This is the Squalene and Oat Milk Microdermabrasion Dry Erase Facial Scrub. And I might actually give this a shot. I'm going to Vegas next week, so I'm prepping for that right now. And then I have this, which is an Ace Beauty Ultimate Sculpt Face Palette. I'm gonna use that. And the last thing I see here is by Belle Argent, and this is at Hello Nude, which is a tinted lip balm. Purple packaging. Ooh, it's orange. Let's put some on now. My lips are a little dry. Turned them just a little orangey, didn't it? Oh well, my lips look so orange right now. Oh yeah, perfect. So we will use this. So this is a sculpting palette. It has 4 shades. So this is on my list to use. Let's move into our Boxyluxe. Go ahead and hold on to that and move into this. You guys, there's so many good things in here. Okay, so the first thing I see in here, let me just show it to you guys because it's not makeup related, but this is the Verb. This is the Moringa and jojoba treatment oil, which I believe might be for, not your face, it's for your hair. And then the next thing I see here has gotta be, I knew it, it's gotta be by Truly, which I love this stuff. So I have the Booby Cream. I think it's like the Booby Cream, or it's called like something Booby and Lift. This here is the Cocoa Rose Fudge Whipped Body Butter. Oh my gosh, it smells like roses, you guys. Can you see that? Camera lighting is a little bright, but it's like a bright pink. It smells exactly like roses. The one I have again is for my boobs. I'm very proud of it. Just from experience with like these body butters, this stuff is so hydrating. So wherever you use this, it's gonna be perfect. But just from experience with the other stuff I use, this stuff is so thick that it takes a little bit to get that like easy, nice consistency to massage over the body. So I like to use some sort of like an oil or a serum to kind of help break it down and make it a little easier to apply. I just love the smell of this though. It smells so good. This is by LYS Beauty. This is the Complexion Brush Duo, a foundation and sculpting bronzer. This one here is you have this one as the foundation, and this one here is the sculpting and bronzer. I also have this by Fenty Beauty. I'm telling you guys, these brands are like on par right now. This is the Instant Retexturizing Treatment. Small the amount of the solution onto the applicator and scrub your face for 30 to 60 seconds. Use 2 times a week for best results. Oh, all right. The rest of the stuff has makeup in it, and I'm so excited to show you guys what's inside of it. So let me go ahead and prime my skin really quickly, and then we'll come back to foundation. Kind of want this to be a little bit of a lighter foundation anyways, because we are gonna be going in with cream products. Push my sponge into it because I feel like it's a little patchy with the brush. Ooh, why does it look so patchy? What is going on? So let's move into the Ace Beauty. This is the Ultimate Sculpt Face Palette. I have 4 shades here. Let me go ahead and swatch them. So the top 2 shades are what I initially thought I would use, but a part of me feels like I might have to divvy down into this. Let's try applying it with the LYS Sculpt and Bronzing brush. Let's do these 2. The consistency is just not the same. Okay, please learn from my mistakes that a little bit goes a long way. Take some and put it here. Other item I have in the Boxyluxe is the iconic London. This is the multi-use lip and cheek palette. And Here you have it. Oh, this is beautiful. So I feel like the consistency isn't as pigmented. That's probably the most pigmented there is. The other ones are very, very light. I'm gonna try this shade, and I think I wanna take it with this shade and like right on the apples. See, you can't really see anything, and it's picking up my bronzer, and I don't like that. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I am going to apply just this shade to the apples of my cheeks. It's like baby doll pink, because it is, I can just tell already, I'm very picky when it comes to these like cream blushes, and this is personally just not my cup of tea. And I'll go in and set it. Ooh, that bronzer is like leaking. I'm taking this little baby pink shade in this palette. This is by Boxycharm. This is their Hot Toddy collection. And I'm just setting it. I really didn't use a lot. I'm kind of just allowing whatever's on my brush to set everything. So moving on, I have the Kat Von D. This is, well, it's not Kat Von D, it's KVD. So I have the KVD Tattoo Pencil Liner, and I have the shade Brown, which I'm all about. I have been really into a brown liner recently. They sent us one that was like a forest green last time. Love the way it looks. And then, so excited, we got Pat McGrath. Like, how does Pat McGrath end up in our box? Like, this is incredible, right? Like, especially if you are like a Boxyluxe subscriber and you don't have anything Pat McGrath, it's just exciting if you could get, if you like, this is what's in your box. This is what I was talking about when I was like looking in the box, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, this is such a score. It comes with 5 eyeshadows. Look at that. We might just do something bronzy and fun. I definitely do need something as a base for all over my lid. So I think I'm just gonna go in with the bronzer that I used to set my face with, which is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit, just as like a all over base. I'm gonna take this eyeshadow called Naked Bronze. Just from past experience with Pat McGrath shadows, they do have quite a bit of fallout in my opinion. Putting it on the lid is always easier with your finger, and I'm kind of gonna push it upward into the crease. I'm gonna leave just a little gap right on the inner corner. Let's take a little bit of this Mahogany Angel, and we're just gonna pat it right on the outer corner. Look, I'm a little sloppy right now. Talk about this merger thing. You guys know that I do unboxings here on my channel. I've done them for many years. Basically everything is moving over to just Ipsy, which makes sense because they emailed me saying like I needed to do a new profile, and it was all gonna be through Ipsy. So your Boxycharm will now be at your Ipsy login account. Your login and payment method will still be the same as your Boxycharm information. If you're also an Ipsy member, your login will be your Ipsy info. I feel like the shimmer on this kind of dies down pretty quickly. It says now you get to choose 3 products, and you'll find out the 2 products we've curated for you, and then you get to choose 3. This is where I kind of am like, I don't know how I feel about that, because the whole point for me as a member when we first started this was the suspense and the surprise of what you're gonna get. I feel like the element of surprise was kind of what always drew me into these surprise boxes. So that is why I originally loved getting Ipsy and Boxycharm, because you didn't know what you were getting until after. And that's kind of what always drew me into these boxes, but that's just how I feel. I'm gonna go in with this Mercurial Rose, this lighter shade, which is very chunky, and I'm gonna spray it and put it right on. I'm gonna also go in and take that bronze shadow again, and I'm gonna run that on my lower lash line. But I'm actually gonna only take it on the outer corner. I don't wanna bring it in very far. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Kat Von D liner. You kind of want it to be messy. You don't want it necessarily be precise. This is the Drama Bomb Extreme Volume Nourishing Mascara. I have talked about this on my social media before. My Ipsy app is horrible. It always just says like the connection isn't right or something. I've deleted it, I've restarted it, I've done all of it, and I can never get it. I actually have to go into my desktop to go to my account. It's a very weird like process I have to do. It says we're still gonna use your Boxycharm quiz data for a new program, but you can also take the Ipsy Beauty Quiz. If I were you, I would recommend redoing your beauty quiz on Ipsy. while I do think that, you know, them bringing it over and it's already done for you is good, redo your profile. I already know I'm a fan of this mascara. I was just wearing makeup alone. This is definitely something that I would already fall in love with. We'll see how long I can keep them on for because they're already starting to bother me. So let's finish off with this, which is that Verb treatment oil for your hair. I was actually gonna color my hair. I did this brown. I just love light brown hair, like an ash brown look. And I did it for a little bit, but I feel way more comfortable with like cranberry tone hair. And I've always had, you know, that like reddish plum kind of hair. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna recolor my hair tonight. I get questions asked before, you know, what colors I use. L'Oreal makes one, you can pick it up at Sally's Beauty, but L'Oreal makes a hair color for dark hair specifically. It's called the L'Oreal for dark hair only, and there's a violet plum or a violet shade in there. And I have it linked in my description box of all the different types I use, but that is what I use in my hair. I also really do like the Manic Panic. Manic Panic makes like a tub, and I mix a purple and a red. Like not the fire red, but there's like a different red, and I mix those two together. Shower's gonna look a little bloody, but it's fine. So let's start off with the Boxycharm. So the Boxycharm First Aid Beauty, the cleansing oil retails for $26. The sculpting palette retails for $42. Right now I'm gonna tell you so far, I'm not the biggest fan of the sculpting palette. I just like something a little bit less waxy. I prefer mine to be like the NARS, where you can tell like it's got less wax to it and a little bit more, like it dries down really well by itself. A microdermabrasion kit retails for $30. Koa Life niacinamide retails for $35. And then the tinted lip balm retails for $18. Moving on to the Boxyluxe Pat McGrath palette retails for $36. That's actually a lot less than I expected. The Iconic London multi-use palette retails for $55. Not the biggest fan of it. I don't really like the way it looked on my skin. The Fenty Beauty pre-show thing retail for $40. Right here retails for $35. The jojoba treatment for my hair retailed for $20. The LYS Beauty Complexion Blush Duo retailed for $30. So the two brushes retailed for $30. The eyeliner retailed for $22. And the mascara retailed for $19.50. I really liked everything. I just was not a fan of like some of the complexion products. Like I just feel like for me, they're not my cup of tea. But aside from that, the box was phenomenal. I think like if this is how Boxycharm wanted to like go out on a bang, they did a really great job because there's so many great name brand things in this Boxyluxe. And if this is kind of a precursor into what we might possibly get for this next, you know, merger with this big merger between Ipsy and Boxycharm, I'm excited to see what it is. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys all in my next video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.